guys, welcome back to the Kneady Homesteader Channel. And I asked you guys a couple days ago on social media what I should do with all of those jalapenos that I was gifted from another church lady. Anne, thank you so much, Anne, if you watch this. She had an overabundance of jalapenos and she asked me if I could use them, and of course I said yes. And then there's 1,000,001 recipes that I could make with them because I was seriously leaning towards a jalapeno apple jelly, which I still might eventually make because it just sounds so good. But I think I'm going to make apple pie jam instead. So I asked you guys what I should make with these, and almost all of you said cowboy candy. I have heard that cowboy candy is trademarked. Is that correct? I don't know, but we're going to call it what Ball calls it. And let's see if I can get that. I'll leave a link to this recipe. Let's see if I can get it focused here. There you go. So this is Ball on Ball's website, candied jalapenos. Now they do it in pint jars. My family won't eat that many of them, so I'm gonna do half pints because honestly the only ones that like hot and spicy things are is Eric and sometimes Mason if it's not too hot, but that's it. And my son Zach likes hot and spicy. Nobody else really does. So I've never done this recipe before. I've done pepper jellies, but I've never done like these where, you know, they're sliced. So all I did with these is I gave them a good soak in my kitchen in clean cold water, and then I bring them out one by one and I make sure that they're really cleaned and rinsed well. And then I sliced off the stem, put them in slices, and I took out like some of the really big ones. I took the seeds out. The smaller ones I didn't because I know you're supposed to leave the seeds in. It adds to the flavor. So for any of the small ones I left the seeds in. The big ones I de-seeded. And we're gonna make this recipe. So we're gonna do it in half pints though, but I'm gonna process it still for 15 minutes. It's not gonna hurt it. And I'm going to get you set up over at my stove. It might be a little bit loud because I've got sweet basil dehydrating in my dehydrator. So if you hear a fan running, that's it. Usually I like to shut everything off when I film, but today we have a busy kitchen, a busy canning and dehydrating kitchen. So, all right, I'm going to get you up on the tripod and we're going to get started. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do the brine first. Okay, we're going to make the brine. And then after the brine's made and the sugar dissolves and everything's coming up to a boil, then we're going to add our jalapenos. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 3 cups of apple cider vinegar. You can use regular white vinegar if you want. I like the apple cider because it's a little sweeter, but you want to make sure you use at least 5% acidity. Okay, and so to this, we're going to turn this onto medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar. And then on top of it, we're going to add all our seasonings. Okay, we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using canning salt because I'm canning this. We're going to add the salt in. For 2 teaspoons of turmeric, I'm going to use a ½ teaspoon because that's what I can get into my little spice jar. So I'm just going to add 4 of these, but what it's going to be is it's going to be 2 teaspoons, okay? 1, 2, 3. I love turmeric, so that's nice. Okay, to this we're going to do a ½ teaspoon of cayenne pepper. It calls for 2 teaspoons of mustard seed, which I do not have, but I've got mustard powder. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of it because this is going to be a little bit, I think, stronger. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground mustard to that. Just, hey, why not? Let's roll with it. Okay, and then it calls for 6 cloves of garlic, but I am going to be using, because I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use, let's see if I can get that focus for you, chopped garlic, okay? Now a half a teaspoon equals 1 clove. So that means we need 3 teaspoons of garlic, and I'm gonna do heaping. 1, 2, 3. Because I ain't gonna be mad if that's a little on the garlicky side. Okay, so now that we have everything in here, I have this on medium heat. Now you can use a stock pot. I use this chicken fryer pot because it's easy for you guys to see when I set up the camera. If I wasn't filming, I'd probably just use a pot, but this will work. So we're just going to bring this up to a boil, and when we get it to a boil, we can add our jalapenos. So once I get there, I'll be back. Okay, so here we are at a boil, so I'm gonna turn this down to medium. I turned it up to like a medium high to kind of bring it up to boil. And now we're gonna be able to go ahead and add our jalapenos. All these little strays. Alright, and now get a spoon here. And now we're gonna, I believe, hold on, let me double check. I think I have to bring this back up to a boil. Hold on. Okay, we do not have to bring this back to a boil. We just have to put this down to medium. So we're just gonna stir these in, and now it says cook it for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my timer. For 15 minutes, start. Okay, and when these are cooked and they turn deep green and they start absorbing the brine, I will bring you guys back and we're gonna get these into jars. Hey you guys, we are ready. My timer went off. These are nice dark green now. They have absorbed some of that brine, and this is ready to go. So we are going to bring out 2 jars because I like to keep the funnel in an empty jar so it stays clean. And I'm going to double check you guys to make sure that I have my window open so you probably hear my rooster. Let's see. I think you're going to need that over here, right? Can you see that like that? I think. Alright. I think that will work. Right? Okay. Alright. Let's do that. Okay, so I am going to bring over, hold on, I'm going to bring something over where I can bring the pot. Okay, before we get this ladled in, I figured I'd better show it to you. So this is what mine looks like. Okay? Alright, I'm going to try to set you up on something lower. So I need a new tripod because this is just so tall. This is great for when I need it, you know, tall. But I need one that like sits right there. Alright, I got you down a little bit lower. So, here we go. Now I am going to just add it. When I'm scooping it, I'm kind of looking for, actually, let me get my canning scoop. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using this spoon. Okay, here we go. We got the canning scoop. So I'm just going to kind of put in peppers with the brine. I'm not going to put just the peppers in and then the brine. I'm just going to kind of make a nice even amount. And then I definitely want to debubble. Now this is going to be a 1/2 inch headspace. So the secret to 1/2 inch, those of you who don't know, you've got 3, when you look at your jar, you've got 3 bands here. You want to look at it when they're lined up. I actually have a video on this. The top one is a 1/4 inch, middle one is a 1/2 inch. This big band that goes all the way around, that's 1 inch. Okay, so For those of you who have a hard time measuring, especially when you're new, it can be a little difficult. That's a trick for you. So it says 1/2 inch headspace. We're at the 1 inch mark right now. And so we're just going to go ahead and add a couple more peppers in here. Get them down and then go all the way around the jar. Debubble it. Take a look at that headspace, and that is perfect. That's head on. Let me see if I can show you. This jar is hot. Hot jars, hot product. Let's see. You see that? So this is a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch. And that is, I don't know if that's really showing up, but that is on the spot 1/2 inch. Alright, so we're perfect there. We are debubbled. Let's get you back aimed in here. Okay, I'll move this back so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, then we're going to, hold on, let me grab a couple of napkins. So I got a napkin. We're going to dip this in vinegar. I'm going to clean off our top there. We're going to put a lid on. Get a ring, couple, and do your fingertip tight. Ooh, it's so hot. Okay, and that is it. Let me see if I can show that to you. See that? All right, 1 jar down. Alright, let's do another one together. Let me get this in the canner. And I'll bring out another empty one. Okay. And this, you can see that. There we go. Let's get this pushed down and into the brine. Okay, where's our headspace at? Oh, we're almost there. So I'm just going to add a couple more peppers. Alright, let's go all the way around the jar and debubble. Don't forget to debubble the center of your jar, not just the edges. Okay, and that headspace is spot on at a 1/2 inch. Oh, I have little competitions with myself. Every time I can, I try to make it better and prettier and more spot on. Alright, fingertip tight, and jar number 2. There we go. Alright, in the canner it goes, and we will bring out another jar. We're going to keep canning. I don't know how many jars I'll get. I'm hoping it would be nice if I could get 8, wouldn't it? I don't know if I can, but we'll see. Okay. Let's add some more peppers, less juice. Okay. Stuff the peppers in there. Get that debubbled. And that is spot on at a 1/2 inch headspace. Perfect. All right. Clean the rim. Let's get a lid. Okay, using the rim. Okay, fingertip tight. Woo. There we go. Beautiful. In the canner it goes. Alright, I'm going to keep going, and when I'm done, I will bring you back and I'll let you know how many jars we got. Okay, alright, it's time to put on the lid. I ended up getting 12 half pints in there. I'm so excited. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put that lid on. I'm going to bring this to a rolling boil. When we get there, we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. I do have some of that brine left. I know some people just can the brine. I'm not going to do that. I don't foresee using this for anything. I got a good amount of peppers in every jar. I got a good amount of brine in every jar. I'm really happy. And so, yeah, it's not a whole lot anyway. So, plus I can't even fit another jar in there. So, I'm going to can this up. I'm so excited. I'm going to wash some of my dishes, clean up my mess. And I'll bring you back when we pull these from the canner. I'm so excited. Okay. 15 minutes is up. I just shut off the canner. I'm going to go ahead and take off the lid. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes and then we'll pull these. Okay, let's get these out. Oh, so exciting. And then I'm going to take a picture and send it to my boys. I'm going to be super excited about this. Remember, don't tilt your jars, keep them straight. It's okay if there's water on the lid. That'll dissipate with the heat. Sorry if you hear my dehydrator going. Okay. Ooh! Ooh, so good. Hopefully you guys can see that here. Let's see, is that a better angle? Ooh, these are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And they are hot. They're spicy. I had to taste one. Just to taste it. Well, I couldn't really chew it because, you know, I'm in between oral surgeries, but man, it's like a sweet heat. It's a sweet heat. Ooh, listen. Ooh. Beautiful. All right, let me clean up the drippy water here. All right. There we have it. Let me see if I can take you off this tripod. Hold on. I have one of these little inexpensive doodad things, but it doesn't lock, and the legs don't lock, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break my camera with that, but it worked. It worked. All right. They're so pretty, right? So pretty. Now this is the one, this one, and this one. See how it is a little bit more liquid? These will settle as they cool, but I'm going to put a little star on the top of them, and these we'll use first. And then the more full ones we'll keep in the pantry. So there you have it, you guys. It was pretty simple, right? Pretty easy, not bad. Let me know if you give this recipe a try. You know, I looked through so many recipes. They had pineapple and brown sugar and then other sweet peppers, and I just wanted something simple. I don't know. I wanted something more simple, a little cleaner, a little easier too. If you're like me and you've never done, you know, candied jalapenos before. So, this was fun. I will definitely make it again if my boys like it. I think Eric loves stuff like this. So he will put this on his salami sandwich. I can already tell. So, anyway, with that, okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know if you give this recipe a try. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try my best to answer them down below. And I was going to do pie filling next, but I think I'm going to do apple pie jam. And I was able to find some blueberries, so I'm going to do that blueberry apple barbecue sauce, but I already have a video for it. So I haven't been able to link videos in the corner for some reason. So I'll leave a link to that down below if you're interested in watching that. So I'm going to get some fresh apples, because I noticed a couple of my apples, I did buy the apples a week ago, a couple of them have gone bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fresh half bushel for apple pie filling, and then I can use up what is good in barbecue sauce and apple pie jam, which I want to make. So that's the plan. Lord willing. Lord willing. All right, guys. Love you. I will see you soon. And you guys have a great day.